The most beautiful Father's Day in the world, Pikachu, the Persian kitten, and the unforgettable love. Hi friends! Today is Father's Day, but something very sad is about to happen. So make sure to subscribe now to find out how this story ends. Pikachu and the little Persian kitten were traveling the world to surprise their daddy. They visited the Eiffel Tower, the pyramids of Egypt, and even Christ the Redeemer in Brazil. But something was missing. Daddy wasn't home when they arrived. In the middle of their sadness, they found a mysterious envelope. It was a letter from Daddy that said, "I'm always with you, even from far away. Follow the sound of the heart." Pikachu cried, and so did the kitten. But they didn't give up. They climbed to the top of Japan's highest mountain, Mount Fuji, and there, they heard a song only Daddy used to play. Subscribe again now, because something magical is about to happen. Suddenly, a bright light appeared, and there he was. Daddy had come back. Hugs, tears, smiles. It became the happiest Father's Day in the world. Moral of the story: a father's love is the compass that always shows the way. Like, comment with, "I love you, Dad," subscribe, and share this special tribute. And if you can, support the channel with a donation to help us create more heartfelt stories. Daddy's song in the Swiss mountains, Pikachu and the Persian kitten searching for a hug. Hi, little friends. Today is Father's Day, but something very sad is about to happen. So subscribe now to find out if they'll be able to see their daddy again. Pikachu and the Persian kitten, a sweet little pet of the Persian breed, traveled to the Swiss Alps to surprise their dad. The sky was bright blue, the cowbells rang softly, and the flower fields looked like they were smiling. But when they got to Daddy's wooden cabin, it was empty. No sign of him. Just longing. In the middle of the sadness, they found a tiny old music box, playing the lullaby only their daddy used to play. Pikachu shed a quiet tear. The kitten rested his little face next to his. But don't give up now, little one. Subscribe again to find out what they'll do next. Guided by the melody, they climbed to the snowy mountain top. There, the wind was playing the same tune, and when they closed their eyes, a bright light appeared. It was Daddy. Really him. With tears in his eyes and arms wide open. Hugs, tears, and smiles. It was the most beautiful Father's Day in the world. Moral of the story: a father's love is like music, even from far away, you can feel it in your heart. Like, comment, "I love you, Dad," subscribe, and share this special story. And if you can, support the channel with a donation to help us create more heartfelt stories like this one. Thank you for being here. A hug for all the dads in the world, Pikachu and the Persian kitty. Hi, little friends. Today is a day full of love. A day to say loud and clear, "Thank you, Daddy, for all you do and all you are." Pikachu and the Persian kitty, a sweet little Persian breed, planned a very special surprise. They looked up at the sky, gently closed their eyes, and imagined every dad in the world receiving a warm, cozy hug. A hug made of love, longing, smiles, and gratitude. And do you know what happened? The wind carried that hug from one heart to another. It arrived softly, touching the hearts of dads who work, who care, who protect, and who love in silence. Even those who live in the sky smiled, because true love never goes away. Musical note, Happy Father's Day, wherever you are our hero. Musical note. Pikachu smiled, the little kitty purred with sparkling eyes. And together they said, "This is our gift for a happy Father's Day to every dad in the whole world." Moral of the story. A father is an eternal hug we can feel, even with our eyes closed. Like, comment, "I love you, Dad," and share this sweet tribute with all your heart. Pikachu, the Persian cat, and the boy from the Lost Valley. Hi, friends. Have you ever imagined losing something you never had? Today, Pikachu and the little Persian cat will meet a special boy in the Panjshir Valley, Afghanistan. But what will happen? Subscribe to discover this heartwarming story. Among the icy mountains of the Panjshir Valley, Pikachu walked alongside his friend, the small beige Persian cat. Suddenly, they heard laughter and saw a boy in a wheelchair gazing at the horizon. It was Amir. He dreamed of running through the flower-filled fields, but his legs never allowed him to. "If only I could fly like the birds," he sighed. What could Pikachu do to help? Comment on what you would do and subscribe to find out what happens next. Night fell, and the strong wind howled through the mountains. Amir, feeling sad, watched the stars reflected in the river. Then, Pikachu and the Persian cat had an idea. Using pieces of colorful fabric, they created a giant kite for Amir. With the valley's wind helping, the kite lifted him for a few seconds, making him feel free. He laughed, cried, and, for the first time, felt like he could fly. Do you believe hope can change lives? Like, comment, subscribe, and share this story to spread love and empathy. Support with a donation so we can continue bringing emotional stories like this. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Pikachu, the Persian kitten, and the boy with crutches at the lost mosque. Hi, little friends. Have you ever carried a dream so big, but had legs that wouldn't let you reach it? Today, Pikachu and his friend, the Persian kitten, will meet Omar, a boy with a giant heart who walks with crutches through the sands of Balkh. But something very sad is about to happen. Subscribe to discover this emotional story. Omar always dreamed of entering the Haji Payada Mosque, a sacred place full of history, but the entrance stairs were too high for him. Pikachu and the Persian kitten saw the hope and sadness in his eyes. "If only I could climb up," Omar sighed. Could they find a way to help? Comment what you would do and subscribe to see what happens next. As night fell, the moon cast a magical glow over the mosque. Pikachu and the Persian kitten called the villagers, who worked together to build a wooden ramp. With a smile and tears in his eyes, Omar finally entered the place he had always dreamed of. Hope can transform lives. Like, comment, subscribe, and share this story to spread love and empathy. Support us with a donation so we can continue bringing emotional stories like this. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Pikachu and the Persian Cat, the mystery of the minaret of jam. Hi, little friends. Have you ever felt lost, with no one to help? Today, Pikachu and a Persian kitten will experience an emotional story at the minaret of jam. But first, subscribe to find out how this journey ends. In the Afghan desert, nestled between mountains, stands the minaret of jam, an imposing 65-meter tower, filled with ancient inscriptions. Pikachu walked tiredly until he heard a faint meow. Behind a rock, a small, thin, dirty beige Persian cat was trembling with fear. Its little eyes were pleading for help, but no one seemed to notice. What could Pikachu do? Comment on what you would do and subscribe to discover what happened. Time passed, and the little cat grew weaker. Pikachu tried to call for help, but no one responded. Just when he was about to lose hope, the moonlight reflected off the ceramics of the minaret, and a golden glow surrounded the little cat. It opened its eyes, its meow returned, and with a leap, it licked Pikachu in gratitude. Do you believe in the power of hope? Like, comment, and share to spread this message of love. Moral of the story, there is always a light, even in the hardest times. Support us with a donation and subscribe to the channel so we can keep telling touching stories that warm the heart. Pikachu and the Persian Cat, the promise at the Blue Lake. Hi, little friends. Have you ever felt lonely, lost, and hopeless? Today, Pikachu and a beautiful Persian kitten will show us a story that will touch your heart. But first, subscribe to find out how this journey ends. At Bandamir, the blue shimmer of the lakes reflected the sadness in Pikachu's eyes. He walked slowly, feeling the cold wind, until he found an abandoned Persian kitten, dirty and shivering with cold. It tried to meow, but its voice barely came out. Pikachu felt his heart tighten. He couldn't leave that little friend alone. But how could he save him? Comment on what you would do and subscribe to find out what happened. Time passed, and the little cat was weak. Pikachu searched for help, but no one seemed to listen. Until one last tear fell into the lake, and magic happened. The waters glowed, enveloping the kitten in a warm and welcoming light. Its meow returned, it stood up, and licked Pikachu in gratitude. Do you believe that love can heal? Like, comment, and share this story to spread more love in the world. Moral of the story, love and hope are like the lakes of Bandamir. Even in the coldest moments, there is always a light capable of warming the soul. Support us with a donation so we can create more touching stories and inspire the world with love. Pikachu and the Persian Cat, the lost secret of the Buddhas of Bamiyan. Hi, little friends. Have you ever felt that something important was lost forever? Today, Pikachu and a Persian kitten will embark on an emotional journey among the ruins of the Buddhas of Bamiyan. But first, subscribe to find out what happens in this story full of surprises. In the heart of the Afghan mountains, Pikachu walked among the immense empty niches where giant carved Buddhas once protected the valley. But something caught his attention. A faint cry echoed through the caves. As he got closer, he found a small beige Persian kitten, dirty and starving, trying to hide in the shadows. Its eyes, filled with fear and loneliness, seemed to beg for help. What could Pikachu do? Comment on what you would do and subscribe to discover how this story ends. Night fell, and the biting cold made the kitten shiver. Pikachu tried to keep it warm, but desperation grew. Then, a gentle breeze blew through the valley, and suddenly, a golden glow appeared on the cave walls. It was as if the forgotten Buddhas were there, protecting them. The little cat opened its eyes, strong and renewed, and purred at Pikachu in gratitude. Do you believe that love can bring back what seemed lost? Like, comment, and share to spread this message of hope. Moral of the story, not everything that disappears is gone forever. Love and hope can bring stories back to life. Support us with a donation and subscribe for more heartwarming stories.